Did you know that Jupiter is almost as big as a planet can possibly get? If it got any bigger, it would have become a star. Let's dive into the science of why Jupiter is the borderline between planets and stars. Jupiter is massive, over 11 times wider than Earth and more than 300 times heavier. In fact, it's so massive that it contains more than 70% of the planetary mass in our solar system. But here's the strange part. Even if you kept adding more mass to Jupiter, it wouldn't get much bigger. In fact, it might actually get smaller. This is because Jupiter is made mostly of hydrogen and helium, like a star. As you add more mass, gravity compresses it tighter, but it doesn't puff up like a balloon, it squeezes inward. To become a star, you need nuclear fusion. That's when atoms, like hydrogen, fuse together and release huge amounts of energy. The smallest kind of star, a red dwarf, needs about 80 times the mass of Jupiter to start fusion. Jupiter falls way short of that. It's got the right ingredients, but not nearly enough mass to ignite. That's why it's often called a failed star. But even though it's not a star, Jupiter does emit more heat than it gets from the sun, leftover energy from its formation and slow gravitational compression over time. There's a weird category in between planets and stars called brown dwarfs. These objects are 13 to 80 times Jupiter's mass, and they're too big to be called planets but too small to shine like stars. If Jupiter had just 13 times its current mass, it might be considered a brown dwarf, and could even briefly fuse deuterium, a heavy form of hydrogen. So Jupiter is sitting just below the stellar threshold, a cosmic giant that shows us the line between planets and stars. Any bigger and it might have lit up the sky as a second sun. If you enjoyed this cosmic fact, hit like, subscribe and ring the bell for more mind-blowing space science. Until next time, stay curious.